Hey guys, welcome. This is our review video, and let's go ahead and get started. We have the circumcenter at point L right here, and we want to go ahead and find these missing pieces. Well, for circumcenter, we know we're dealing with the perpendicular bisector, so I'm going to go ahead and write that over here. Okay, so perpendicular bisector, we know two things from that. One, it's going to create a 90 degree. So we actually have LT, LC, and LR are perpendicular bisectors. And they're also going to cut the segments in half. So OB is going to get cut into two congruent pieces. CB is going to be equal to EC, and OR is going to be equal to RE. Now they're not all congruent to each other, that's why I use different congruency marks. Let's go ahead and solve these. OL. Well, OL is going to be congruent to what? So here's OL. OL is actually the distance from the vertex to the circumcenter. And if you remember from our worksheet, we know that the distance from our vertex to our circumcenter are all congruent. So we actually know that all of these segments in yellow are going to be congruent. Because of that, 10 is congruent to OL, so that's how we know that OL is 10, because LB is the same. CB, well, if EC is 20, we know CB is 20. So we can go ahead and mark that pretty easily. OB. OB is the entire segment. If we know half of it's 14, the other is 14, add them together and we get 28. Last but not least, it says find EL. Find X if EL equals 2X minus 10. Well, EL is a vertex to the circumcenter, so it's going to be congruent to LB. So all we have to do is do 2X minus 10 equals 10. Go ahead and add the 10 over. We get 2X equals 20. And X equals 10. Alright, let's go ahead and move on down. Our next problem is using the incenter. Now if you recall, the incenter uses angle bisectors. Because of this, we know that we have all of these angles are cut in half. So this is congruent to this is congruent to that angle, and this angle is congruent to this angle. That starts me off with, if this is 44, what is this angle right here? Well, it's an angle bisector, so it's 44 degrees. A lot of this has to do with us being able to solve different pieces. We also know that the incenter is equidistant to the sides. So we know that OF is congruent to OD, which is congruent to OB. An incenter, again, creates a circle inside of it. And BO is, if OF is 10, we know BO is also 10. And then DO equals 2x plus 10. So what we can do is we just set 2x plus 10 equal to 10. Subtract the 10, 2x equals 0. X will equal 0. Okay? And that's it. We're going to have problems like that. The other problems that we are going to see on this are all vocab driven. So I highly recommend that you guys know your vocab. All right, we'll see you.